Okay, well, let's take a look at this part. I think it's called Chimneys or Chimneys, yeah. And 10 minutes. Looking at this thing after a little bit of observation, this view here can be a little misleading. What we want to probably look for here is we kind of find our front view here and our top view and get most of what we need out of those two, along with this parallelogram that makes up kind of this base area. So we got this parallelogram here. So what I thought is starting with that parallelogram is going to be the best move. And they don't really say where I need to put my origin, but I'm going to draw this whole parallelogram at once and make all these lines parallel, because that's how they're made, right? And put the 45 degrees on it, kind of like that. And then looking at the top view here, I can sort of identify where some of this stuff goes. They're actually measuring, let's see, from here, I'm putting in the two cuts. I'm going to get them ready here. I'm going to do the whole distance. So the whole distance that we know that we can see easily would be 0 origin to 80 here, 0.8. So if I put that 0.8 in, it's going to really jack up some things here. So let's get this back into scale where we can zoom in here. Okay. And then let's see the overall height. It's a quarter. So I've got the 80 and I've got the quarter marked off, and then 0 to 0.30. So that would be here to here, I think. It'd be this 0.30. All right. And we got a 4-inch wide extrusion mid-plane. So we'll cross off that, and we'll cross off the 30. 4-inch mid-plane, and we want to take that section out, the 4. That one goes the further distance. And then I'll do this, go in here and select my sketch and go to extrude again, choose that profile, and this one's going to go out the difference of 3/4 and 3/4, so 2.5. And now we've got sort of our base parallelogram. We can add our chimneys if you did that right, and hopefully you got it in. I did that in a right side view, so my front should look like the front. My bottom would look like this bottom. My top, where I want to sketch right now and put those chimneys, going to be here. So let's go ahead and start dropping those things in. I know that these two are on the same horizon, and this one needs to be vertical here. So they got to dimensions like to here is 1.25, and to here is 2.75, which means they're symmetric anyway. This one just can be lined up instead of using a dimension. And they've got some diameters on these turkeys. Here we got this 0.5 and we've got this 0.4s. So let's go ahead and put these in here, 0.5. Now I notice they all do go to the same height, so that's good. 0.4. Let's make these two equal. What am I missing? Why didn't that just go equal? Equal, please. And we got to get their elevations here. So let's see. How are they held up? 0.35 and 0.40 from this 0 elevation. 0.35. And again, from here to here, 0.40. All right. And then I can extrude them up. Looks like 0.5. So we're going to cross off some more of that, and this 0.5. Not mid-plane, blind, please. Check. There we go. And let's get the fillets in, because if we're going to get our wall thickness shelled in here, we've got to have this fillet first, because when we shell it, we'll get one wall thickness that perfectly follows our fillet then. So let's go ahead, put all those fillets in. From there and there and there. Fillet. I think they said, yeah, 0.05 right here. 0.05. And then the wall thickness is basically, we see it right in this area here. This is our 0.04 wall. So what we're going to do for shelling is we're going to pick any face we want to remove. This one, this one, this one. Put in our wall thickness, 0.04, and complete the command. This should be, let's check it, top view. Looks correct. Front view, just give it a common sense check. Right side, and actually let's tilt this and let's do a little cut. And that way we can kind of make sure if the section cut that we're matching up with this one over here also. And that does look good. Turn that off. Go back to front view. Go back to bottom view. All right, and ISO is going to be a little bit like this view. I think that maybe they're in a trimetric, something like this, closer to a trimetric view. It's not even quite that. But this one was such an odd view that it creates sort of an illusion, is what I was saying, where you think this is an inclined surface in that view. And it almost can pull your leg for a minute there unless you study the front, top, and right side view and realize that there is no inclined surface on the ends. They're just in the parallelogram. So make sure that these are plumb. All right, and that's good look at this chimneys part. So good luck on that. Let me know if you have any questions.